going to start next topic, money and function of money. So before starting this money, we have to understand a little what is barter system. So this barter system is not in your syllabus, but before starting the concept of money, some idea of this barter system is needed. So barter system means exchange of one commodity with the other commodity. So exchange of one goods with the other good. So earlier, before the evolution of money or before the invention of money, we can say that the system that was used in our economy was on our ancestors. They have used this system, that is barter system, exchange of one commodity with the other commodity. But during that time, lots of problem arises in the transaction. Okay, transaction. It was not working smoothly. The system was not working properly. The many drawbacks, shortcomings were there in the barter system. Number one was the lack of double coincidence of wants, lack of future payment. The future payment was not possible. Okay, entering into contract means if I want to exchange one commodity with the other commodity, that person, suppose a person A and B are making a deal with each other. Now suppose A is exchanging a rice and B is producing something, a wheat. Then if A wants to exchange rice with wheat, then B must be also ready. B must be also ready to exchange the rice. Then only the transaction will take place. Otherwise, if B is not willing or A is not willing to accept that wheat, then the transaction may not take place. So, next problem was future payment. Suppose today I have taken rice of one quality. In future, if I make payment to B in another quality of rice, then that was also the problem. Next one, storage value. Okay, lack of storing facility. Storing facility was not there, and they used to exchange. We know that in the barter system, they used to exchange one commodity with the other commodity. But especially they were exchanging perishable items and all, and that cannot be stored for a longer time. So that was also one of the important shortcomings of that barter system. Then slowly the evolution of money takes place. Then invention of money took place, and then after that we started using money. So we used money of different forms, notes, coins, currencies, and nowadays the different economic activity has become possible, easier, convenience because of that use of money. So here we will focus mainly on definition of money and function of money. So how we define money? So money can be defined as anything which is generally accepted as a means of exchange Okay, so what is the definition of money? Money is generally anything that is accepted as a means of exchange, at the same time acts as a measure and the store of value. So here you have to understand the meaning. Now suppose say this is a small piece of paper, okay? This is a small piece of paper, and everyone has recognized this piece of paper as ₹5. And if this small blank piece of paper is accepted by everyone, accepted by shopkeeper, accepted by bank, accepted by consumers, And if everyone is accepting that small piece of paper as a 5 rupees, then this can be also considered as money. So what is money? Money is anything that is generally accepted by everyone as means of exchange. At the same time, it acts as a measure and the store of value. If we can store this small piece of paper as 5 rupees, and in future if we are going to use this piece of paper and everyone is accepting it as a 5 rupees, then that can also be that can also be considered as money. So money, it is not necessary that money should be only paper notes, coins. It can be anything which is generally accepted by everyone. Okay, when we make a deal, when we go for an economic transaction, and if that economic transaction takes place with the help of that anything, it may be a piece of clothes, it may be a paper, it may be coins, then we can say that this is also acting as a money. That's why it is given. Anything that is generally accepted, if everyone is willing to accept, if everyone is ready to accept, whether it is a piece of cloth, whether it is a piece of paper, whether it is a metal as some amount of rupees, then that can be also considered as money. So this is the definition of money. Now we will move to the next part, that is function of money. So money come into existence. Okay, now we will discuss function. Function of money. So we can say that money came into existence to overcome the difficulties. Okay, money came into existence to overcome the difficulties in the barter system. So money has important role to overcome the shortcoming difficulties that was arise in the barter system. So in order to make our transaction convenience, in order to make it easier, okay, and this money has been introduced. Okay, now the important function of money, this function is divided into 3 important parts. Number 1 is called function. 3 functions are there. Number 1, primary function. Number 2, we have secondary. Secondary function, and number 3 we have contingent. Contingent function. Okay, so we have 3 important functions: primary function, secondary, and contingent function. So we will discuss one by one. First we will discuss this primary function. So the first primary function we have medium of exchange. Medium of exchange. So in the definition only we have mentioned that money acts as a medium of exchange, store of value, okay, measures of account. So here first function, primary function, we have medium of exchange. We know that when we go to market, when we purchase anything, in order to buy and sell of a commodity, what is needed? Money is needed. Money is exchanged for purchasing or selling any commodity in the market. So for that it is very important. Money is important for exchange of different goods and services. So when we purchase biscuits, when we purchase chips, when we purchase clothes, in order to clear our transaction, we need to make payment, and payment is done in the terms of money. So that's why money is considered as a medium of exchange. When we exchange one item, we need to make payment for that, and that acts as a medium of exchange. Now next one we have, next primary function we have measures of value. Measures of value. The second important function, okay, of money we have measures of value. Just as we use kilogram in order to represent quantity, we use kilogram in order to measure maybe oil. We use the term liter in order to measure distance. We use meters or kilometers in order to measure a piece of clothes. We use meters. So we use different units. Similarly, in order to measure the weight, we use the term kg. Okay. In order to measure the liquid, we use the term liter. So money serves as a unit of measurement in the terms of which the value of all goods and services are measured. So once again we can see that what is money? Money serves as a unit of measurement. Money here, money serves as unit of measurement, because the value of commodity, okay, the value of any commodity, whatever may be the items, food items, clothing, shoe, the value of is measured in the terms of money. Okay, the value of commodity is measured in the terms of money, and that money is expressed in the terms of prices. Okay, when we buy anything, it has certain prices. Maybe for chips packet 10 rupees. So what is the value of that chips? 10 rupees. So we can say that the value of commodity is measured in the terms of money, and it is expressed in the terms of prices. So these are the two important primary functions of money. First one is medium of exchange. In the case of medium of exchange, all the economic transaction takes place with the help of that money. Exchange is buying and selling of goods takes place in the market with the help of money. And second one, measures of value. We measure the value of commodity in the terms of money. Like how we measure the weight. We measure the weight of commodity in the terms of kg. Similarly, the value of commodity is measured in the terms of money, and that is expressed in the terms of price. So these two are the primary function of money. Now we will move to the secondary function. The important part of secondary function of money, one we have standard of deferred payment. Okay, second, standard of deferred payments. So here you have to understand the term deferred payment. So deferred means future. Deferred payment means future payment. Okay, deferred payment means future payment. So standard deferred payment means that the payment to be made in the future. Okay, whatever the payment we need to make in the future, so that is the word deferred payment. So normally wages, salaries, rent, interest. Okay, we can say that wages, salaries, rent, interest, etc. These all are paid in future. Okay, these all are future payment. So when we make wages, salaries, when we pay interest, rent, these all are paid in the terms of money. So all the future payments, the secondary function of money is that standard of deferred payment, all the future payments are made in the terms of money. Okay, and that was one of the difficulties in the barter system. In the case of barter system, the future payment was not possible. If we have taken one commodity and when you give that item, suppose rice I have taken 5 kg, when I return that rice, it should be of the same quality. Okay, it should be of same, everything should be same. If it is little difficult, then that person may not accept it. But nowadays, that difficulty has been removed by the invention of money. Now we can say that if you make a deal that in future I will pay 5% interest rate or 10% interest rate on any loan, then you can calculate 5% of the taken amount and you can easily make payment to him. So nowadays the future payment, deferred payment has become easier. Okay, whatever the wages, salaries that we pay, we make payment in the terms of money. So this is the secondary function. Okay, standard of a deferred payment. Now next function we have store of value. Store of value is the secondary function of money. So last we can say that money also serves as the store of value. The people can keep their wealth in the form of money. So we can say that people can keep their wealth in the terms of money. So now the problem of store of value has been solved due to the evolution or invention of money. Earlier, as we were explaining that normally they used to exchange the perishable items, food grains, and that cannot be stored for a long time. If you keep that one as a store, if you keep that one or store it for a long time period, it will start decaying. But that is not there in the terms of money. Okay, money is the most liquid assets, and that money can be stored also. That can be transferred from one form to other also. Means by purchasing piece of land, by purchasing a flat, by purchasing building, we can convert that money in the asset form, or we can keep it in the wealth form. So that's why it means that people can keep their wealth in the terms of money. You can deposit your money with the bank, and after 10 years, 20 years also you can withdraw your money. There is no problem. Your money will not decay. It is not perishable item. We can store it for us. So that is also one of the important functions of money. That is store of value. Okay. Now, next one, third secondary function we have transfer of value. Okay, third one we have transfer of value. So we know that money has become more convenient and easier to use nowadays, and we can transfer the value, okay, from one person to another person also. Like when you have taken loan or when you have purchased anything, so you can easily transfer amount of money from one person account to another person account. So with the use of money, the transfer of value has become more easier. We can easily transfer from one person to another person. Okay, we can from one place to another place. Suppose you are staying in Pakistan and you need to transfer some money to somebody else who is in Gangtok, so we can easily do it. We can easily transfer. Similarly, while purchasing anything, like nowadays we are using online purchase. So when we transfer money, they will send you the items, whatever you are demanding. So that transfer of value has become easier due to the invention of money. Now, third function we have called contingent function. Okay. Contingent function of money. Now, the first part of this contingent function of money we have maximization of utility. Now, how we will maximize utility with the help of money? We need to understand that. In chapter number 3, we have learned that a consumer will maximize his satisfaction with utility. Suppose a commodity X, we are considering commodity X. So when the marginal utility of commodity X is equals to price of commodity X, then consumer will maximize his level of satisfaction. That one we have done in the chapter number 3. So here, the consumers will maximize his level of satisfaction by using that money. Now how? Suppose say, whatever the things you are willing to buy, and in order to buy what is needed, money is needed. Whatever may be eatable items, clothes or dresses. Suppose you have selected one dress and you need to buy that dress. So when you will be able to buy that dress or dresses, then you will get the maximum satisfaction by wearing that dress. So here, in order to buy that dress, you need to spend money. You have to use money. Okay. Then only you will be able to maximize your satisfaction. And whatever the satisfaction you will get from that dresses, that should be, whatever the satisfaction you will get from dresses, that should be equal to the price of that dress. That means it will fulfill the condition. Marginal utility of dress is equal to price of dress. So when we are using this price is paid in the terms of money only. Okay, we are paying in the terms of money. So, in order to maximize the level of satisfaction, money has an important function.